Hello, trail travelers. It is Carrie and Katarina, and we are in Empire, Colorado, and we're getting ready to do Bill Moore Lake. Now, what you see behind me is not our Jeep. This is our Subaru Outback Wilderness Edition, because yesterday on the way to Holy Cross, our alternator died. And fortunately, Josh and Christina had their truck and trailer, and we were able to get the truck back. But today, not only is it our 3rd year anniversary of our first date, but we're doing something extra special at the end of the trail today. So stick around to the end and join us for that. In the meantime, we've got this bad boy aired down and we're ready to go hit Bill Moore Lake. So as you saw, we are in our Subaru Outback Wilderness today. Now, the Wilderness Edition is a little special. It has an extra lift right from the factory. It's got bigger tires and it has different gearing and optimized X modes for off-roading. Now, we've never really taken it off anything more than a gravel road. So this is going to be our first time really taking it on a trail. So I'm looking forward to it. It should be plenty capable. The vehicle itself has the same ground clearance as a stock Jeep Wrangler Rubicon. And I did this trail in a stock Wrangler Rubicon when I first got my Jeep. So I'm fully confident that the Subaru is going to be capable enough to get us to the lake. We did take it on Lac Le Mans, but I think we're going to have some sections here that are going to be a little trickier than anything on Lac Le Mans. What? Well, we're doing pretty good, although as you saw, the Subaru will 3-wheel like nobody's business, and that's because it's IFS and not a live axle. You see the same thing with the new Broncos. They'll really get one tire up in the air, but it's making for some pretty damn good footage. While the Subaru is a pretty capable off-road rig, sometimes the onboard computer just wouldn't let me do something. It would simply decide, I'm not going to let you do it. And it would really struggle. So sometimes I could just stay in the throttle and eventually it would catch up and go. So even though the Subaru Outback Wilderness is designed for off pavement, it is definitely not a rock crawler. It's great for those 1, 2, 3 level trails, basically gravel roads and forest roads. But once you start getting into obstacles, it's not the right vehicle. Now, even though we managed to make it up the gatekeeper with those whoops, we've made it up some climbs. The next big challenge was this loose rock, and this is fairly steep. Subaru was definitely having a problem here, and we had to be really careful because these rocks are super, super sharp. We managed to slice the sidewall on the tire. So we do have a set of glue treads, but we're just going to try and change the tire to the full-size spare and put on a better tire since we have to drive it home anyway. So that's what we're doing, changing a tire on the trail. Yay. Well, just as we thought we had it in the bag and we're going to make it up to the lake, Josh said, you're probably not going to make it up here. So we decided it's best to probably turn around and head back and grab some lunch. But on the way down, it's still going to be rough because this is not an easy trail for the Subaru. Now, even though the Outback Wilderness is aimed at an off-road market, it really needs some help to be really successful on a trail like this. One thing you can do is add an Ironman lift, get some more ground clearance. You can get a new bumper for it that's going to be a little stronger, and some people are even installing rear lockers. Well, I don't think we're going to go that far with the Subaru, or at least Katarina's not going to let me. Well, as you go back down the hill, or coming up, as you're still coming up, there is a nice meadow area there. Great place to stop for lunch. And for us, it was a good spot to get married. Yep, Katarina and I, after 3 years together, tied the knot up on Billmore Lake. Well, after an eventful drive up the trail, Katarina and I tying the knot, I still have to get the Subaru down in one piece because this is Katarina's daily driver, and if it's not drivable, she's going to kill me. Although, she might anyway.
Just go. It's not funny. Keep driving.
Get in and let's go.
Keep driving. We're not done.
Find the bumper of the skid plate.
You on a skid plate.
Well, that was Billmore Lake. Hope you enjoyed it with us. The Subaru did a pretty good job, although once we got really steep and into some really slick rocky stuff, it just didn't have the oomph to get over it. That's why a lot of people have put rear lockers in these and done other things, put on like a Ironman extra lift on it. We're not going to do that. This is Katarina's daily driver, so we're going to keep it as stock as possible, and we're not going to take it on trails like this again. It's going to stick on things that are rated to, 3, ish, but getting into this 4 or 5 stuff was just too much for the Subaru. But we also hope you enjoyed our little surprise up there on the mountain. I get to call Katarina my wife now, so that's shorter to spell than fiance, so that's always a good thing. So from both of us, thank you so much for following us, liking, subscribing, and saying hi to us out on the trails. We always appreciate it. From both of us, stay safe out there. We'll see you on the trails.